in my household, I was never treated any different because I was only born with 7 fingers, right? You know, I got punished like everybody else. I had to do chores, I had to do everything, and then the things that I couldn't do, it was never, I could never use that as an excuse, right, ever. So for me, my mindset was always, I had to figure out how to do the same things that other people can do, but even though it was going to take me more time or more energy or more effort. So for me, it was always just challenging myself internally, right? So I think a lot of it came from just wanting to do what everybody else does, but I think if I was in an environment to where expectations were low and I was allowed to use it as an excuse, or people use it as an excuse for me, well, you can't do it because of this, so I had your brothers do it, then it would have been different. And I mean, that even translates to my neighborhood, growing up in the projects. Kids are mean. So even playing sports, we played baseball, we played kickball, we played basketball. They didn't let me use it as an excuse either. It was just, one of those things like, you one of us, so you got to do everything that we do. So, I kind of just used that same thing and internalized that. And then that mixed with my competitive spirit and high expectations for myself, I kind of just pushed through. I had a lot of dark days of trying to, especially when I was young, trying to do what everybody else does, or being talked about and ruining your self-confidence and self-esteem and stuff like that I had to fight through, that I had to face within myself, even as an adult. So it wasn't an easy road. And I wouldn't wish that on anybody, especially a kid with disability who's trying to figure out who they are. So I think first and foremost, when you talk about being equitable, I think we need to teach students with disabilities about self-confidence, self-awareness, and self-esteem. You have to be self-aware about who you are, what you can and can't do, and what you want to do and what you don't want to do, right? And then we need to double down and build up their self-confidence so they can do those things that they want to do. It took me a long time to actually wear short sleeve shirts. I mean, just because, I don't want to get talked about at school. I mean, again, kids are mean. Like, up to high school, like, kids will talk about you. The girls you like will laugh and talk about you. That's things, so you have to go through all these things that everybody's trying to tear you down, put labels on you. Put low expectations, right? Again, I didn't have low expectations at home, but at school I did, right? So, and it's easy to hide in that zone and not challenge yourself. So when we talk about being equitable for all kids with disabilities and wanting them to have a better quality of life, nobody rises to low expectations, right? So we got to have higher expectations for one, not merely just having certain slots to fill with people with disabilities, because again, that doesn't help. That doesn't help them push themselves or become better at anything. So I think that again, self-esteem, self-awareness, having some policies in place, and helping them with accommodations. Because everybody, all students with disabilities are different, raised different, on different levels. But I think the major thing that'll help is having educators who have the experience and who can kind of understand where they're coming from. Mm-hmm.